Hey everybody, welcome back to Critical Flick, continuing my Christopher Nolan movie review series here. So I'm covering them all until Dunkirk, and I'm excited to talk about this movie today. It's Batman Begins! Best Batman to date at this point, or to this point, by 2005, and so, just gonna go right into it. So this movie is, an origin story for Batman, so it's really cool seeing how Batman became who he was and why he made these choices and decisions that he did. So I really like this. This movie stars Christian Bale, Michael Caine's in it. Christian Bale plays Bruce Wayne and Batman, of course. Michael Caine is Alfred, who's the butler. Also has Liam Neeson in the movie, which is really cool. Good to see Liam Neeson in the movie as well. So this, like I said, there's not much more to say about the plot. It tells the origin story of Batman, so I'm excited. Batman's my favorite superhero. Let's go into the pros. So my first pro is the actual origin part of the story. I think it's great. The way that it's told, I don't want to spoil it. You probably, it's been out since 2005, so you've probably seen it by now. But if you haven't, I don't want to spoil anything here. Bruce Wayne, everyone knows death of his parents. It's in the comics and all the other movies. And that leads him to go off and find himself and do something about it. And thus spawns the Batman. And it's really awesome seeing the journey that he takes to get to this character. Some people were even a little disappointed because he wasn't Batman soon enough. Christian Bale wasn't Batman soon enough, which some might consider a spoiler, but I mean, come on, I got to talk about this movie a little bit. He isn't Batman right away, and I think that's awesome. I like seeing these characters developed. I think that's important to telling good superhero movies in a time where back then we weren't getting a ton of great superhero movies. Recently we've been getting a ton of great ones. So they really learned how to develop these characters and flesh them out to make them feel real, and you really connect with them, and you like to watch them on screen. And so Nolan really does this with this movie. I love what he did with it. He helped co-write it with his brother and David Goyer, and the three of them did a great job putting this story together and really make it really incredible to watch. So that's definitely a pro for me. The second pro is, again, Christopher Nolan's direction. It's so good. Like there's so many scenes where I'm just like, this is awesome. The way it looks, the way that it's framed, some of the plot elements and how it reflects some of the shots that are in the movie, and it's really great. Christian Bale is phenomenal in the role, and Michael Caine is awesome. He's a great actor there, and Liam Neeson is also incredible in the movie. I will mention Katie Holmes is in the movie. She's pretty decent. She got a lot of flack, and maybe that's deservedly so. But I actually liked her. I thought she was pretty entertaining in this movie. I thought she worked well with Christian Bale, actually. So sorry. Another pro that I have is the way Batman was portrayed in this movie. I like that he was more realistic. The movie's tone was more gritty, more down to earth. It wasn't crazy special effects and explosions and just crazy stuff going on. It really felt more real. It felt more like a thriller crime movie, and that's awesome. I think it's one of the best superhero movies ever made, honestly, in my opinion. My next pro has to do with the villain of the film. I won't spoil anything here, but it's really good how it all fleshes out towards the end. I think it works really well. I liked how it ended up, and that it really worked for me. So definitely check it out to see what I'm referring to with how the villain is in this movie. I think it's really cool. I will mention Cillian Murphy's in this movie as well, and he's excellent as well. He's grown to become a really great actor that I really look forward to seeing in movies. He's also going to be a Dunkirk. So I guess to my con for this movie would be that it's lacking the oomph to it that it needs to be truly a great film. It's a great superhero film, and maybe this is just a subjective thing, and just kind of semantics, I guess. There's no way to really determine it, but I guess when we get to the Dark Knight, that's like the step up that I guess that Batman Begins could have been, and it's great, but it's not quite the Dark Knight. So my only con would be that it's just not the Dark Knight. And I know that's a silly criticism because it came out before the Dark Knight, and you couldn't have known that back then. But since I'm reviewing him now, I'll just go ahead and say that it's not as good as the Dark Knight. I do think it could have been just a little better if it would have just had a little more oomph. Maybe Joker. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna give this movie a solid 8.5 out of 10. I think it's a great superhero movie, one of the best that we've ever had. Nolan, shined with his previous 2 films, and studio execs saw that. They brought him on to tell a great story for a superhero character, and I think that it's paved the way for superhero movies that we get today. And I think we have Nolan to thank for that. So I really love it, and definitely check this movie out for sure. So. Absolutely. So leave your comment, your opinion down below. Like, subscribe to the video. Let me know what you thought. And thanks, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.